Hello and welcome. In this presentation, we are going to talk about Nokia, the biggest brand in mobile industry. Nokia has made a remarkable transformation over the past 2 decades from an obscure Finnish conglomerate to a cell phone powerhouse, right? Now the world's largest manufacturer of mobile telephones. And we all know Nokia and its tagline that says connecting people, right? Today, with a value of nearly $35 billion, Nokia is the fifth most valuable global brand in the Interbrand ranking, surpassing Google, Samsung, Apple, BlackBerry, and many more. The brand continues to rank well in consumers' mind as high quality, robust, easy to use, and trustworthy. A perfect combination for succeeding in both emerging and mature countries. So here we are going to discuss what made Nokia a flourishing global brand and what are the challenges it faced and how Nokia can work to overcome them. Okay, next, the incredible part is that how many mobile users do not possess a Nokia phone. The answer by most of us would be very few, right? Even if we have a big advanced smartphone, we do have a small Nokia with us in our pockets, right? Be it for battery saving purpose or be it because it's more durable, but we all possess a Nokia, mostly, most of us do. Okay, so next we talk about how Nokia even came to existence. Nokia has a long history dating back to 1865 when Frederick Easton, a mining engineer, created a pulp mill near the town in Finland. And the company is also named after a town, Nokia, where the second pulp mill was set up by Frederick. Nokia then conglomerated with Finnish Cable Works Limited and had its Nokia's first fully portable mobile phone in 1987. The amazing part is that according to our research, it was found that the company sells approximately 11 cell phones per second. Isn't that brilliant? It has over 1 billion users. In 2010, it had a global market share of 33%, and in 2008, of all the mobile phones sold in the world, it contributes 38%. Okay, so in these two pictures, we fairly see how Nokia evolved with time, how its logo got changed, and the current logo being Nokia connecting people, and how the models got advanced and better, and how did Nokia flourish so much. Next, the thing to ponder upon is what makes Nokia a world renowned brand. What is so extraordinary in its strategies and methodologies that makes it so successful? Okay, so the first being all price points, all markets. Nokia's success also derives from its broad strategic view of how to build a global brand and an international consumer base. The company sells a wide range of products and services in all price ranges and to different types of consumers all over the world. For example, a lower strata consumer who cannot afford an expensive phone, for him Nokia has a cheap model with limited features like torch, calendar or alarm, long lasting battery, but at the same time it produces classy expensive models. The phone range is from $30 to $600. In short, its approach is all price points, all markets. Nokia has a practical understanding of what consumers' needs are, what are the values, what can they afford, depending upon their geographical location and their demographics. By providing the right product, feature, and a price, the firm has successfully built a long-term brand value all over the world. Second, Nokia is known for its durability through all of us, right? We all have it in our mind that the life of a Nokia would be minimum of 3 years, which cannot be assured with any other brand comparatively. Often you must have heard people saying that Even if this phone falls 100 times, it's not gonna break because it's Nokia. But this is generally not the case with any other brand. That means Nokia is reliable in consumer mind. And then the best part is it's affordable. It satisfies every consumer's needs and wants. And I think that's the best part. Okay, so thirdly, as a global leader, Nokia understands how critical it is to have a finger on the pulse of countries and their culture all over the world. With 16 different R&D factories, manufacturing plant in 10 countries, websites in 7 countries, and the widest distribution of network in the world, Nokia strives to be a global leader, but locally relevant. It forms a relationship with local business partners, gets involved in the community, works to earn consumers' trust on a local level. For example, in India, the company has increased its local involvement, including the Nokia Music Store, a significant percentage of songs by local and regional artists, adding thousands of local customer care services, and is supporting local environmental initiative called Planet Ke Rakhwale that encourages consumers to recycle their old phone and batteries. Nokia even added the tagline Made in India for India. You can understand this in that way that people want to be close to their culture, right? And if the brand helps the consumer to do that, in return the brand comes close to people. Okay, so next, fourthly, they developed a GSM to roam internationally. Business soon got exploded in parts due to Nokia's mastery in innovating telecommunication technologies. Nokia was a key developer of new mobile technologies like GSM, Global System for Mobile Communications, that allow consumers to roam internationally and use data services like text messaging. This was a boon to many people and helped them to be in touch with their near and dear ones, right? After this, Nokia came more close to people and got more of success. Okay, next, most importantly, Nokia takes a broad perspective on competition as well, viewing Apple, Sony, Canon as threat as much as traditional rivals like Motorola and Samsung. Competition is a competition, right? Be it big or small. Any big or small brand could have affected Nokia's branding. As the global competition is intensifying day by day, so to keep itself positioned, Nokia has to be conscious. Okay, next, the firm faced a challenge in parts of United States and Europe. The firm has struggled in parts of North America because many networks there use a different wireless standard, CDMA. The company has repeatedly said North America is a significant market. Analysts agree that Nokia cannot afford to stay out of, especially US. Americans are so willing to buy more expensive smartphones that hold the promise of greater profits for the handset makers, right? In many countries, if you have a Nokia phone, it says something good about you. It says you're sophisticated, you're stylish, you're successful. Not so in US, where the company's phones rank much lower in terms of aspirational value. Using a Nokia phone here mostly means I'm offbeat and not always in a good way. So that was a point where the company had to work on and gain profits in US and Europe too. Okay, so how will Nokia even do this? Firstly, market to the specific needs and wants of US and Europe. As I told you before, that Americans basically want a classy, stylish, and expensive model which can compete other brands like Apple. So Nokia has to satisfy specific needs and wants of the consumers. Secondly, develop a practical understanding of consumers' needs, values, and affordability based on geographical locations and demographics. It's not that the whole of US or Europe doesn't like Nokia. But yes, average consumers doesn't really lust for Nokia phones. So they should study and analyze the needs based on geographical locations and behavior. Nokia just doesn't make good CDMA phones. So that right away cuts their addressable market into half because most of the parts in US use CDMA networks. So they have to work upon this one. Thirdly, study and evaluate potential markets. As I told you, Americans are more willing to buy more expensive smartphones that hold the promise of greater profit for handset makers. Therefore, Nokia cannot afford to lose consumers in US. Fourthly, Nokia has to adapt themselves according to the wants of customers, as in more stylish models, significant app store for people that can compete Apple, and many more brands. Okay? Okay, so here we are going to talk about what are the greatest threats to Nokia's global presence. Nokia is the worldwide king of cell phones, right? But there's a saying that the higher you go, there are many to pull you down. So, what are the greatest threats to Nokia's global presence? Firstly, the other flourishing brands, right, like Apple or Samsung, are the greatest threat because it's a fast paced world, right, and everyone wants to be on the top. Secondly, while the company offers durable, reliable, and affordable products, others can be more intuitive, innovation driven, and constantly changing. With the popularity of mobile phones are not just a simple communication tools nowadays. More and more emergence of fashion phones, which make the mobile phone a fashion element today, right? As a result of which, Nokia has to concentrate on producing more trendy models to match the wants of the consumers. Otherwise, it's going to lose a significant market. Products like iPhone, BlackBerry, and Android that offer smartphones have gained a significant market nowadays and are the biggest threat. These products and companies have had breakthrough of innovative technologies and have maintained product differentiation. What do I mean by product differentiation here? Product differentiation is a marketing process that showcases the difference between products. Differentiated looks to make a product more attractive by contrasting its unique qualities with other competing products. This involves differentiating it from competitors' products as well as from firms' own products. This helps the firm to showcase itself in a more attractive way to the target market. At last, since Nokia is not that innovation driven, it evolved a bit slow trying to maintain low prices for its international consumers. Okay? Okay, so here we end and let's have a quick recap. Okay, so here in this presentation, first we talked about Nokia and its position in the world. We talked about its origin. Then we talked about how it evolved. Then what are the keys to its global strength? Then how can Nokia flourish in US and Europe? And at last, what are the threats to its global presence? Thank you for watching and your attention, people. Have a nice day.